How are you? How's your Monday going? It's a Monday today. Today I'd like to talk about Nichelle Nichols and the idea of story having two legs for the legs of a character, which are learning and acting. So those are the two legs of a story. It moves forward because of the characters acting and learning. And I learned this from a book from John Truby's Anatomy of Story. So that's where it came from. Um, if you're new here, it's my I've been doing this for how many days now? 20 days now. It's my 20th day. I've been documenting myself. I try. This is a way for me to express my and improve my communication skills. This is also a way to keep myself accountable to my daily tasks and challenges, and basically messages to my future self. If you future Ellie, you see this, remember these stories, these tidbits that you're learning, and keep something they can iterate in the future and develop further. Yeah, we're talking about Nichelle Nichols. So it's interesting because I encountered this when I was browsing. So I was browsing Facebook and Punch Drunk Stories. Yeah, Drunk History. Sorry, Punch Drunks. Drunk, Drunk History. This is Drunk History. And let's wait for it to add. Finish this ad. Finish that ad. Yeah, while we're waiting for this ad to finish. Um. Yep. Okay, GoDaddy. Enough of that. So Nichelle Nichols. I think the one from is nicer. The one this one from Great Big Story is nicer. Yeah. So the story goes that Nichelle Nichols was planning to resign already from um, Star Trek. Move on to uh, other things, and the drunk history one is funnier. Um, but yeah, she was thinking of leaving Star Trek. If you're familiar with Star Trek, it's a popular series of science fiction, science fiction series. And Nichelle Nichols currently met with, so he met with Martin Luther King, and he told Martin Luther King that he's leaving this show, and then Martin Luther King at the time was quite famous. Told him, you can't do that. You're one of the few roles. You're a role model for African American women all over the nation. So it was an important that she took on. And there's another story here that about the kiss. Uh, oh, so William Shatner botched the kisses. They made two scenes. The scenes that were um, Star Trek is an iconic series from the 1960s. Scenes that did not have the kiss were really botched. You gotta appreciate what William Shatner did with Uhura, with Nichelle Nichols. That's nice. You can't leave. Yeah. So I think the point that I wanted to, yeah, later on, this is something that's on my mind as well. But I guess the point that I wanted to look at is this is an example of um, what John Truby was saying in the Anatomy of Story, that every story, every character has a desire, and the story walks on two legs. So in this case, our character is Nichelle Nichols, and she had a desire. She wanted to move on. She wanted, more opportunities from Star Trek. And that encounter with Martin Luther King is her, walking, then learning from it, acting and learning from it. And in this case, she learns new information about better ways to get it. So I guess she realized that instead of just a personal thing, personal desires that she was after for her career, she had a bigger purpose, and that realization made her stay. And that's a nice story to remember. The version from um, actually the drunk history is funnier. Where's drunk history? Nichelle Nichols drunk history. Yeah, this one from Comedy Central. Yeah, live. Watch it. It's nice. I highly recommend from Comedy Central. That is and that's the story of Nichelle Nichols, the anatomy story. Today, I was also thinking about this has led me to think about how to tell. The other thing about telling stories is that you have to have a point and get to your main point as quickly as you can. It's one of the things that I was reading on Wired for Story. Yeah, Wired for Story by Lisa Cron. And the idea is you should have a point, a main point. The inherent issues should be broad enough to take account of everything that happens. Central theme must provide a point. So I was relating this to work today and trying to find out how to relate the importance of design. And I guess one of the ways to do that is to look at design failures. Look at the design failures that examples of design failures. I like this one, the pencil. Too cool to do drugs, cool to do drugs, do drugs, drugs. Design failures. So that's why design is important. And this one's nice. Don't be happy, worry. Example of bad design. Example of bad design. And I'm collecting this for a talk that I'm doing later on design. Oh my god. So funny to look at those terrible designs. Canala. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so bad. Um, yeah. I was looking for, and then I encountered this story of Friendster, and it, Friendster was a way back when one of the early social networking sites that died when Facebook came along, because simply put, Friendster had traction at the start, but in the words of the founder, what was it? I was looking at the article by the founder that they had a lot of technology difficulties. Simply put, their site wasn't coping. Users couldn't log in for 2 days. That was how bad Friendster was. So yeah, bad stories. Maybe later I will incorporate. There you go, Friendster. I will incorporate some of. I will. I will incorporate some of these stories. What I've learned from these stories. What I learned from telling stories from Nichelle, Nicole's Friendster, and this funny design fails into my talk later. Still figuring out how. That's it for the day. I've got to work now. Focus on my work. Thank you, and thank you for listening in. Future Ellie. Future Ellie, remember to collect more stories about design failures. Yeah, collect more stories about design failures. That's it for today. I am saying goodbye for now. Bye for now.